See, I was gonna wait, and I started recording early for the sole purpose of this is kind of what I wanted to capture, because it is mind-blowing to me how this whole group from Overwatch, you all just seem to be best buds.
We hate each other. We can't stand each other.
We're really good actors.
Yeah, really, really talented.
And so I guess hopefully your improvising skills are strong then too, because if you don't actually like each other, this will be a tough answer.
Oh, okay.
What is it about your community, whether it's the cast in the game or the people you meet at the expos, that keeps you such a tight-knit group and want to keep doing these things together?
Well, very pragmatically, they keep wanting to see us, so we keep traveling the world to meet them, and so we get to spend time together, which a lot of voice actors don't really get to do as much as we do.
I think also the fact that the game came out and the community, the gaming community grabbed onto it and us so strongly, so quickly, that all of us together kind of got swept up in this world. You're about to laugh at me. All of us together got swept up into this world around the same time. So it's been this like really wonderful, new and unexpected experience for all of us. Except this one. I don't like this one at all. Can't stand it.
No, I mean, it's both, right? Like I was thinking, like, Chloe, after you do a film, you don't get to travel the world with your whole film cast and crew. After you work on a project, you don't get invited to a bunch of Comic-Cons, but we did. So then the more time we spent together, the more we're like, oh, you're pretty cool. And then we get to learn about each other's characters. And we get to so now I know a bunch of voice lines of all these characters versus other video games that I work on that I'm like, I don't know a lot about them because I haven't gotten to hang out with all the characters.
And the community is always telling us about one another and because not everyone has Widowmaker as their favorite, or Symmetra as their favorite, or Songwriter. But so they tell us about what they love in them, and so whatever. It's just a wonderful, beautiful cycle.
And just as people, it's pretty extraordinary. Like, this cast is an unusual cast in the sense that it's every single person. We're all bonded by this one thing, but everyone is so different and so cool and has so many things that they're doing outside of Overwatch that are so incredibly interesting. Chloe wrote a book before we had all even met. She wrote a book in French.
Anjali wrote a book.
I did too. And
I didn't write a book.
But you made a movie.
But like, everybody's doing all of these things outside. You know, the woman playing Golia is a documentary filmmaker. The woman playing Farah had a whole experience in the fashion industry before this. So everybody's got all these great stories that we want to learn about.
The woman playing Mercy does stand-up comedy every night of the week.
God, she's the funniest.
Like,
she's
how do you do
funny
that,
and
Lucy?
creative and amazing. So like, everybody's got so much to give to each other.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
the players as well.
and the community.
So
The community is so special.
the community is kind.
Yeah, very, very cool.
How has the process in your voice acting changed from day one at Overwatch to now there's sequel coming out and new story? You mentioned in your panel that we're keeping it spoiler free, but your characters have more range emotionally and personality wise than you thought originally. How has your process changed from day one to now? I'll start with Chloe then.
Chloe doesn't wear heels anymore.
Exactly. Oh, no. Well, I've said this 1,000 times.
No, but I love it. I love it. But talk about
But
it.
it's true. When I started, I was such a young girl. I was 27 and I 26 or something. But I mean, I felt young in my mind, and Widowmaker obviously felt like such a badass and this like unattainable woman. You know, this I don't know, some version of womanhood and femme fatale that I didn't feel like I could reach at all. So I didn't think I would get the role. Then I got the role, and I was like, okay, I need to do this. So I would go to sessions wearing high heels, like have this whole kind of preparation, and try to lower my voice as much as I could. I don't need to do that anymore. That's what's nice. That's what's nice with Overwatch 2 as well, is that it gets to be that much more fun, just because at least I don't feel preoccupied anymore by, will I be able to pull this off? Because I'm no longer a young 27-year-old.
Realize
now I am the femme fatale.
Exactly.
Yes. In my sleep.
And you always were. It's just about realizing it.
You were a femme fatale all along.
Blizzard knew it before I did.
That's a very good point. I feel like they did some extraordinary casting that we didn't even realize, because they got the essence of a lot of these characters. They saw it in each of the people that they cast, and some of us didn't even see it in ourselves. So I love the fact that even though, you know, we're not superheroes, most of us, and, you know, like, we may not have those powers.
Sometimes you're just their auntie.
sometimes
I was
it
gonna
does
say
that on
you
me.
hadn't seen the disapproving auntie in you before.
I mean, no, I definitely seen the disapproving auntie around me, if not in me.
Yeah.
But we've inhabited these characters for so long that I think we're starting to realize the similarities between ourselves and our characters and the things that we can draw from our own lives, which is really fun. I can't say the sass is easy for me, but for me the process hasn't so much changed as the comfort with the process.
Yes.
That's been like, now it feels like, okay, cool, I'm going to do the thing that we do with the people that we love. It's awesome. Could be worse.
Blizzard may have seen it off the get-go, and they were absolutely right, because Anjali, obviously we've met or talked a few times. This is the first time meeting, but I've had the chance to spend time with all three of you today, and you are all three just such a unbelievable combo of kindness and badassery, and I'm so thankful to have gotten to meet you. This interview will be up at agentsoffandom.com, as well as our interview with all the other guests from the Edmonton Expo. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're all so incredible.
Thank you, Agents of Fandom!